Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome back. This is my monthly reading for April, my kind of TBR and plans, because there's a lot of events going on. But also, I wanted to do a slight wrap up of the stuff that I either just recently finished or didn't get a chance to do a video on before. So it is People April. And so that is any kind of, you can do nonfiction with memoirs, autobiographies, you can do biographies, multiple people, histories and stuff as well. Or it can be fiction as long as it's about a person that is a real life person, even if the book itself is fictionalized. It's also Poetry Month. I don't have a specific poetry book in mind that I would like to read, but if I do get to it by the end of the month, I would like to at least read some poems. Maybe I can do a Poetry Thursday video or something. And also, it is Autism Awareness Month. I don't have any specific books in mind to read for that this month. I would like to know if you have any recommendations, either nonfiction or fiction. I would be interested. I'm always trying to look for more books with either characters on the spectrum or real life people with autism who have, whether it's a memoir or a biography. But I do want to recommend, there is a really great TV show that features autism very prevalently, and in my opinion does a fantastic job of it, the best that I've seen. It is called, it's a French TV show called Astrid et Raphael, and it is, so Raphael is a police detective, and Astrid is the one who has autism, and she helps them with their cases because she comes at it from a completely different angle. And like I said, it very highly portrays autism within the show, like her feelings of working with a world full of typical people when she's neurodivergent or atypical when it comes to her brain. So I just really enjoyed that show. So if you have an opportunity to watch it, whether you can speak French or don't mind subtitles, it is worth it. It's kind of a different take on Sherlock, because she is kind of like the Sherlock character who just catches everything and remembers everything, and just the slightest details of what only she can catch is what helps them solve the cases. So I do recommend that for this month especially, but in general, it's a good show. So I just wanted to do my updates first. I did read another volume of Tokyo Ghoul. So this is the sixth one. It always ends on a cliffhanger, so I just have to continue. And this one was no different. I do enjoy this series. I also forgot to do a video last month when I did my recommendations for Trans Day of Visibility, but Self-Made Boys by Anna Marie McLemore is a retelling of The Great Gatsby. So Jay and Nick are both trans, but also the difference in here is that Nick is Mexican, in a world that doesn't look kindly on people of color back in 1922. And his cousin, who he comes to visit in New York, Daisy, has been passing as white. So he can't say that they're related when he gets there. She already has this whole life mapped out that she's planning. And I just really enjoy the way that it kind of subverts the story. All the main beats are there. It's just slightly different. It gives you a more insightful look at the characters, because they're hiding different things than what they were in the original. And the minor twists that they have throughout have been really fun. to read it and see how they're going to still be able to be true to the original, but give a different kind of depth to it. So I did enjoy this. And then what is interesting is I have never been the greatest fan of the original. There's too many, it's hard to read a book for me if the characters are so dislikable, and I really did not like some of the characters in there. But what's fascinating is I had just read the reading Lolita in Tehran, and she had a chapter in there where she was defending The Great Gatsby, like on trial, of why it should be read and not banned in Iran. And I just kind of got a bigger appreciation of the story in general, and what it was really trying to tell, kind of some of the things that I've probably missed when I read it the first time around. And so I have been wanting to reread it. So reading it with this remake in mind also added an extra layer that I'm excited to take with me when I read the original again. So anyway, another one that I read, and the sticker, there's still a sticker on here. So I got it buy one, get one 50% off at Barnes & Noble. Anyway, this is The Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Okai. And this one is so hard to categorize. So it is a sci-fi story because there are aliens, but it's also a fantasy because you have cursed musical instruments and kind of magical instruments. I really loved what they did with the music aspect. It really gave me a beautiful way of seeing music, and how music is universal and connects with people. So it really is like a double-edged sword in this story, though, because the premise is there's this new prodigy, violin prodigy, and she's a trans girl, and so you get a lot of the trans experience here because she's not as easily passing as a woman, so there are a lot of people who misgender her or intentionally misgender her. She also has, she deals, in order to survive, because she had to run away from an abusive home, does sex work and stuff like that. So you have this really horrifying, tragic experience of this girl who's just wanting to be accepted as she is and find this belonging. And then you also have this alien and her family who are basically refugees from a different planet. They don't really, go into detail about everything that they're escaping, but they're hiding out here on Earth as humanoids who actually look Asian. So I think that they usually pass for like Vietnamese or depending on where they are. And so they are here also trying to find a life in a home. And then you have another character who was a famous musician, famous violinist, who, in order for fame and glory and all the stuff that comes with that, she sold her soul. Basically the Faustian bargain of getting that talent in order to, in exchange for her soul. And so she then made a bargain after her soul was forfeit to keep her soul if she then gave, I believe it was 7 additional souls that she had to give to this demon. And she's delivered all but one. And so she finds the new violin prodigy, the trans girl, and she starts to take her under her wing, and they start interacting with this family who are the alien refugees, and they kind of start creating this really beautiful found family And then it's kind of fun to see what they're all hiding from, what they're, when they reveal themselves to each other, how easily accepted they are. And the idea that once the new prodigy realizes that she may be being used and all her soul is what is required, she's actually okay with it because she thinks that she's so worthless that she doesn't, like, what is her soul anyway? Like, it's worth giving up if what she can get out of it is to keep this family unit that seems to love and accept her. And it's just a very beautiful and sad thought, that she's not in it for the glory or the fame like all the other souls before her were. And you get to see this very interesting way of them basically trying to subvert this deal with the devil as a group. So I, like I said, I have no idea how to categorize it, but it was enjoyable. There was also this part in here where she's performing for the audience, and they mention Bartok is a composer, and of course I had to do a deep dive and try to find some of his music. So one of my favorites that I found that I think is the song or the piece that she plays at the end, I'll include below because I really enjoy it. It's not the classical music that you're thinking of. It's this almost angry and empowering and frantic story that that you're getting through this music that kind of embodies what the story is. And it's just the way that it describes that piece, as well as the way that the audience responds and just universally connects with her pain and her franticness as she's playing, this almost resignation that she just forfeited her soul, is so beautiful to take into listening to that piece, that I really do hope that you follow that link and listen to it, because it is worth it even if you don't read the book. But anyway, that is Light from Uncommon Stars. And then a couple of them that I didn't have copies of. I just read, just finished today actually, Stone Host by Lesia Ukrainka. And so this is a play, and that is her pen name, essentially. She's Ukrainian, from late 1800s, early 1900s. I think she died in like 1913 or something like that. So the play was written sometime, before that, probably just turn of the century. And it is really good. It's a like a retelling of the legend of Don Juan, but the way that I heard about this was it was marketed as a twist if Lady Macbeth and Don Juan interacted. Like Lady Macbeth would have been his rival and not this easily persuade person. And I had to read it. I had listened to a sample of some of the dialogue, and it was very powerful and interesting. So I definitely had to read it. I will post that link there of what made me want to read it. But it's just, it's fun. It's like, not quite a comedy, but it is kind of like a romance adventure type of, like you kind of got to figure out what would go on. There's a masquerade ball, so there's, different mistaken identity, all the stuff that you would think from like Shakespeare or something, but a lot of the same kind of beats. But the end was phenomenal.